Hey there, this is Kevin Focht, fochtcreative.com, and I'm sitting in a chair here because I'm trying to be a little more professional on this one, because I want to talk to you guys a little bit about business, the business end of things. I had a student in one of my classes was like talking about their pricing and stuff, and I just kind of started like thinking about it with what's going on in the industry and like our neighborhood and stuff. I mean, the town I'm in. Now, I'm on the higher end of things, so it's not really affecting me so much, but I just see what's happening in the industry. And I actually did a post on it in a digital wedding forum, and it's gotten a lot of responses back, both pro and con to my way of thinking. So it's good to get a discussion going. So I thought I'd just do a little quick tip on that. Basically, what's happening now is everybody is a photographer now, and that's fine. You know, it's a great industry to get into. But what's happening is people are coming in and out of this business. They're coming in, they're pricing themselves so that there is absolutely no way they can sustain that pricing. But every time they go out of business, there's another 10 people doing the same thing. And in the middle and lower end of this industry is just going down and down and down and down. And what's going to end up happening is just going to be gone. The whole industry is just going to be gone. And if you're really serious about making this a career, you need to stop what I see people are doing. Like this person was talking about doing a wedding for $900, okay? Now that wedding included the shoot, 6 hours, a DVD of images, I don't know, like 5 8x10s I think, a bunch of 5x7s, and a full album, okay? Now if you just do the normal cost of goods on that stuff, they've got literally like $500 to $600 just into their cost of goods without the actual shoot of the wedding or the post-production into it. So they're making like $400. So by the end of the time, by the normal wedding, that a person shoots that doesn't really know what they're doing, they probably are making about $2 an hour. They'd be better off going to McDonald's and be making a bigger profit. So what that's doing though is now the brides are starting to think that that is a normal price, $1,000. We had somebody recently call us and were like, they wanted like, I don't know, what was it, 8 hours of coverage? Like 8 hours of coverage, and for $2,500. They wanted an album, they wanted 2 shooters, they wanted everything, and they thought that was a normal price. And that's because of what's going on in the industry. So my thing is, okay, this is the excuse that I hear from photographers. Well, I'm not good enough to be charging full price. Well, if you're not good enough to charge full price, you shouldn't be charging at all, because you're not only cheating the people who are making a living at this, like me, I have a full studio staff that has to be paid for. You're also cheating the bride because she's getting an inferior product. Even if she's getting it at a discount price, she's getting an inferior product. So my thought process is to shoot the wedding for free plus your cost of your goods until you're good enough to shoot and charge an actual price. Because once you start doing that pricing war, when it's actually time for you to get into the business, guess what happens? There's no business to get into because it's priced so low that no one can make a living at it. And that's what I'm saying. It's like, do no harm. Just do no harm. Think of the big picture. If you actually want to make a career out of this, not just like, oh, I'm going to come in and $100, $100. Well, $100 is $100, but when you're actually running a studio, that's not very much money. So you need to think about the bigger picture. I think too many times now in this generation, it's all about me, 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 me. And I'm at the end of my career, so it's like, it's not going to affect me at all, but I'm just seeing what's happening in this industry, and it really bothers me because I've had a really good career and I've had a good life because of it. But it's just frustrating to me to see so many people just thinking that that's okay. So just really think about that whole thing. In my own personal experience, I can go back to when I started shooting. I started shooting model portfolios, and I talk about this in the posts and stuff, that when I started, I shot some friends of mine to get my skill set up. Okay, well then when I thought I was ready, I went to a modeling agency and I said, hey look, I want to start shooting model portfolios. So give me a girl to shoot for free and then we'll see what happens. Well, I came back and they loved the stuff. They're like, this is amazing, who are you? But it was just like, for me it was like a duck to water. It's what I was supposed to do. Well then they're like, well you're new, so you should charge less than the going rate. And I go, no, what's the going rate? And I think at the time it was like $150 a look, so it was like $450 for a model portfolio. I go, no, that's what I'm charging. And they were like, okay. So they started sending people to me. Now, I could have come in and undercut everybody, but because my skill level was up to where it needed to be, I was as good as everybody else. So what would have happened? I would have been getting all the work, then everybody else would have had to price to my price, and I would have brought the whole market down to a different level, where it was set at this certain level, and then I would have brought it down, so everybody else would have had to come down, and that's what's happening. So
plus, when you want to hire your rates, what happens?
Yeah, exactly. Like Essie just pointed out, when you want to raise your rates, it's next to impossible to raise your rates. Because once you're set, you're set. It's like so hard to raise your rates once you come in at a rate. Same thing with ad agencies. You go in and you shoot for $2,000 a day, that ad agency is always going to hire you $2,000 a day. They're never going to pay you higher. So just think about it. Think about your actual cost of goods. And if you need help with that, there's plenty of places to go to. In fact, we have a video. That's why the first video I did in our K-Box series is the business of photography, because I think photographers are really lacking in this area. So there's your quick tip. I know it was kind of long-winded and a little preachy, but I really feel like this about the industry. I see it going in a bad direction, and I'm trying to do whatever I can to help change it so that you guys will actually have a career to make out of this great thing called photography. So check out the video. There's a little link on there if you want to check out. There's a little preview of it. It's the business of photography on K-Blog. That's our K-Blog K-Blog video, business of photography, sorry. Fochtcreative.com. I hope that wasn't too preachy, but I think it's very important. Thanks.